Food Network, Miss Rachel and Mr. Guy. I'm Kid Chef Eliana, and today I will be preparing one of my signature dishes, jambalaya, because I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Our ingredients are olive oil, Trinity, andouille sausage, I have tomatoes, creole seasoning, rice, water, garlic, and green onions. So first I'm going to start by turning on my induction burner and adding my olive oil. So I have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then I'm going to add in my Trinity and saute it. And Trinity is a chopped mixture of bell peppers, onions, and celery. Now, in Louisiana, we say Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Trinity. But in Louisiana cooking, we say bell peppers, onions, celery. So this heats up very quickly. So I'm just adding in my Trinity. It's going to saute. And in the meanwhile, I'll go and chop up my garlic. So I just have 2 cloves of garlic that I'm going to mince. And more. Alright. Like that. And see, it's already, you can hear that sizzle. Alright, so almost ready. Stir this. Smells yummy. Chop up my garlic some more. Then I will add my andouille sausage after I add the garlic. And I want to add the garlic first because it'll burn. You don't want burnt garlic in your jambalaya. That's why I sweat the Trinity first. Perfect. So I have my minced garlic right there. Okay. Stir my Trinity. Yum. Okay. So, now that I have sauteed my Trinity in my induction burner, I'm going to add in my garlic. So I have my 2 cloves of minced garlic going in. I'm just going to stir that around just a little bit. Delicious. And then I can add in my andouille sausage. So, right here, andouille sausage is a coarse smoked pork sausage, if you didn't know. And just adding this in, I'm going to brown it just a little bit, since it's already cooked. Stir this around just a little bit, brown it. Yum. Smells so good. And the andouille also gives this jambalaya lots of flavor because it's got the fat marbles in there. It's going to give it tons of flavor. Make this really delicious. Alright. So I'm also going to add in some creole seasoning. And this is actually my blend, my very own blend of creole seasoning that I've made. And what's different about my creole seasoning is that it's not as spicy and not as salty. Because lots of creole seasonings can be really spicy and salty. So I can add like salty taste if I want. But the andouille is already a little salty, so this doesn't need any salt. So I'm adding in a tablespoon of creole seasoning. And stir this around. And then I'll also add my diced tomatoes, my rice, and my water. Perfect. In goes my diced tomatoes. And my water. I'm going to even this out, stir it around. Add in my long grain white rice. and stir that around. And after I submerge the rice, you have to submerge the rice because then if you don't, you just get crispy brown rice, and that's not what you want. So you have to make sure that the rice is submerged in all the liquid. And so all this liquid is going to be absorbed by the rice. So that's done. And now I'm going to cover up my pot with my lid and let this come to a boil, and then I'll bring it down to a simmer and let it cook a little bit longer until the rice absorbed all the liquid, and then I can plate it with some green onions. Can't wait till it's finished. Now I'm going to check on my jambalaya. This looks delicious. This is perfect, just how I want it. So you can see that it's started to boil, and now that it's boiling, I can lower the temperature and make this simmer just a little bit longer. So since I'm using the induction burner, it'll take just about 15 minutes for the rice to absorb all the liquid, and then jambalaya will be ready. I'll check on it in a little bit. Right now, I am stirring my jambalaya. So you want to stir the jambalaya a couple of times throughout the cooking so that the rice doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. Just kind of stir it around a little bit and scrape the bottom because you don't want any burnt rice at the bottom of your pot. So just stir it occasionally. Okay, cover it back up. My jambalaya is ready, and now I get to plate it. It smells really good. There are different kinds of jambalaya. See, I like a wet jambalaya. Some people like it dry. I like it when the rice is super moist. That's the best. One more scoop. Get some andouille sausage in there. Perfect. Beautiful. Yum. A little bit more. Got all the andouille and the tomatoes, all the delicious stuff. So now I'm going to garnish it. Just going to chop up some green onions. Like that. Alright. A little bit on top. Just like that. Perfect. So my jambalaya is ready, and I hope you enjoyed my jambalaya. Thank you. Cool Kids Cook. Bon appetit.